In the past, we've shared stories about individual resilience hubs managed and operated by community leaders. In the East Bay, we're seeing diverse examples of how government can partner and play a significant role in the development of a series of resilience hubs. We wanted to show that local government can support resilience hub development in different ways, and that even the state can play a significant role by providing a centralized resilience hub framework and investing funds in local hub creation. So essentially what we're seeing is government have this opportunity to actually help community, but to get out of their own way. So the East Bay initiative has really been focused on connectivity and connectivity across scales. We are seeing different types of ways that local government is collaborating with and working with these community-based organizations and partners. In some ways, they're looking at how do they utilize some of their existing facilities, the things that they already own and manage, but getting out of the way of needing to dominate, getting out of the way of this idea that they lead it, rather having the community lead the process, design the process, and then they're bringing in their resources, they're bringing in their capacity or their other things that they have funneled to them.
Sure. My name is Beth Sholom, and I'm the Executive Director of Temple Beth Sholom. The organization was at a crossroads of deciding where it wanted to go and what it wanted to be and if it was going to be. Just as I was coming aboard, the city was hiring a sustainability manager, and I met with them, and it was instant same page connection that we knew what needed to be happening was climate action. And community resiliency. They almost provided the vocabulary for us for work we were already doing or wanting to do. So joining the Resilience Hub network was kind of a natural step in as it developed and as they were defining what it meant to be a resilience hub for us, and we were defining the kind of work we wanted to be doing in the community.
We first heard about resilience hubs through USDN. Baja led a number of different workshops and webinars around resilience hubs, and I immediately caught on to the idea. I really love having community groups really lead on what resilience means to them. We applied for and won a USDN grant, one of the emergent funds, and that allowed us to work in collaboration with the cities of Oakland, Fremont, Berkeley, and San Rafael, and also Alameda County to build a regional leadership program. It was kind of a pilot around teaching folks what were the 5 main components of resilience hubs, and the program that I kind of envision and the way that we're developing it is really to be able to build the capacity of those different community groups, but we're leaving them to kind of decide what the specific Korean community or the deaf community might need in that particular context, and then we bring in the seed funding or do that capacity building, and then also to be able to help them identify whatever projects they might want to do, and then working with them through that.
The East Oakland Collective, we focus on racial and economic equity work in deep East Oakland, which we affectionately call the last frontier, where you will still find the largest populations of African Americans in the city of Oakland who have not been displaced or gentrified out. A lot of land, a lot of opportunity, but really suffers from lack of investment, disenfranchisement. So East Oakland Collective, we focus on trying to solve them, but really in the racial and economic equity spaces. And for us, that's economic empowerment, that's food and supply distribution, that's homeless services and solutions, transportation equity, all of which has led us to turn our site into a resiliency hub. Working with the city of Oakland, working with the county of Alameda, and working with the state to see how can we partner with this resiliency hub. Maybe not be a government-run resiliency hub, but be one in partnership with government and other agencies.
My name is Gilbert Gong. I'm the Recreation Center Director here with the City of Oakland. This center, this space is just that ultimate gathering space. It's where I raised my 3 children. All 3 of them went to the local elementary school. I went to the Chinese school. My mom comes here for dance classes, my uncle comes here to play table tennis, and all the relatives of all my kids' classmates come here. So this is really that connecting spot. So it's not just the activities themselves, but the opportunity to be with one another. Our recreation center, our community center, our resiliency center is a combination of all the work that we've been doing in this community. And I really believe that we're a model for not only the city, but for any government agency as they're looking about to plan these things, that they really make sure that they have a community connection. Because these projects need to be driven by the users of the communities that you're building these projects.
I think the USDN model of resilience hubs has served as a really good framework for the city to bring this to the community and also to follow through on. And we're also in the city of Oakland looking for facilities that have the intersection of deep community trust, community need, and that can be turned into resilience hubs with a cost-effective investment. So things that are closer to the finish line that are also trusted by the community are high on our list.
We're seeing our government partners be able to identify federal resources and to allocate those resources directly to communities and to local government practitioners. The state of California created this program that's modeled on the USDN Resilience Hubs that allow us then to bring resources and funding, but to get it into the hands of the folks who are doing the work in community.
So we see these community models all over the place, and then we had this beautiful framework from USDN that also kind of solidified and concretized some of the pieces that we knew different agencies wanted to kind of crystallize. Who are the actual parties that need to come to the table in order to make these things operational? What would it look like? How do we think about liability? How do we think about operations and maintenance? So we kind of repackaged essentially, what USDN calls these 5 foundational areas. For our program, we just call them strategies. Round 1 applications just closed, and we were almost 7 times oversubscribed. The ideas are all incredible. There's so many vital partners that are actively coming together and really thinking about what would it look like for our agency to pitch in? What would it look like for our agency to support? Maybe there's a different way that we can do something simple like a referral system or something between different grant programs. The concept of resilience hubs, right, is much broader. It's just at the local level in your neighborhood, do you have what you need to get by? It's going to look different across different communities, but I think that's part of the beauty of these years and years of advocacy, of community stories across the state, across the globe, that have together galvanized into this moment that we've seen solidified through this investment from the legislature and from the governor that has created the Community Resilience Centers program.
The thing I would say about East Bay is other state and local governments can learn from this model. They can come together around the process and the foundational areas. They can look at what's already been established for resilience hubs and think about the 3 modes. That allows this alignment to happen from the federal level to the state level and to the local level, so that government isn't trying to lead or own, but rather they're listening, and then they're looking at their resources and they're allocating them to the places that are most necessary. They're listening to their community-based organizations, they're listening to their community partners, and then they're saying, yeah, we have that resource, we can make that happen for you, but not in a way they want to dominate or take over, in a way that they want to say, you can do this, we trust you, and this site's going to be amazing as soon as we're partnering.